And heightened tensions between the world's two biggest economies sent global shares plunging on Monday, with the Dow wiping out more than 600 points to post its worst day since January 3rd. All major indices on the New York Stock Exchange closed in the red. Now, South Korean shares also dropped on the first day of the trading week, while the Korean won traded at its lowest point against the greenback in over 2 years. Hyo-sun reports.
Shares prices plummeted around the world on Monday following China's retaliatory tariffs on U.S. imports worth $60 billion, signaling an escalation in the trade war between the world's two largest economies. The Dow Jones Industrial Average and S&P 500 closed 2.38 and 2.41% lower on Monday as investors dumped trade-sensitive shares. The Dow was even down more than 700 points or nearly 3% in the afternoon, with global aircraft manufacturer Boeing and equipment and machinery giant Caterpillar falling the most. Both companies get a significant amount of revenue from China and could lose heavily if the trade war lingers. Intel and Apple also dropped as 25% and 18% of their revenue comes from China, according to FactSet data. The plunge in Apple shares also came after the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that consumers are now able to pursue an antitrust lawsuit against a company for exerting monopoly power through its App Store. The S&P 500 and tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite had their worst day of the year. Major European stock markets also slid, with the Pan-European Stock 600 index dropping 1.2%. At their close, Frankfurt DAX and Paris CAC 40 dropped 1.52% and 1.22% respectively. Amid the worsening trade dispute between Washington and Beijing, South Korean shares also dropped on Monday, with the benchmark Kospi plunging 1.38% to close at 2,079, the lowest since January 14th. The local currency closed at 1,187.51 against the U.S. dollar, down 10.51 from the previous close and marking its lowest point in over 2 years. Hyo-sun, Arirang News.